On June 3rd, 2025, Skycrab, one of the best Minecraft speedrunners in the world, is resetting like so many others do, trying to roll a seed that could beat the world record. And unbeknownst to him, he's about to do a little bit better than that. Skycrab, playing in Norwegian, recognizes a looting 3-sword, and the ruin portal he grabbed it from is right next to a spruce village, with 3 visible blacksmiths giving an incredible amount of resources. After heading back to the ruin portal to conserve obsidian, he's going to be entering the nether at 1 minute and 10 seconds with literally the best item in speedrunning. For Skycrab, there's no reason to be nervous just yet. He's entered the nether over 13,000 times, more than literally anyone ever, and knows better than to get excited too early, even after loading a bastion, because he would still need to get a fortress for any... Oh. And there it is. Now, this isn't just any bastion either. It's the top section of a stables that most runners would call double triple. This is also known by runners to be the fastest bastion type. After throwing a pearl towards the fortress to load it later, in the final chest he checks, he gets the obsidian needed for 2 portals. Skycrab then checks the last bit of his trades for some more explosives and raises his render. After an incredible save from a tough pearl, Skycrab now finally has the opportunity to take the seed from a potential world record to a potential category killer. This is now officially the fastest first portal out of the nether of all time. And unlike the previous blind world record where it portaled the speedrunner Aquacord in a cave, Skycrab not only is on the surface, but can easily grab his eye and make his way to the stronghold with a combination of incredible pearl throws and beautiful nether terrain. He does have a small misplay due to nerves falling into the lava, but recovers quickly to still enter the stronghold not even a minute after blinding in the first place. Even though the stronghold is in a mineshaft, Skycrab quickly locates the portal room and hunger resets to enter the end. Now, the hard part of the any % RSG speedrun experience is over. Nearly every luck check has been decided. This pace, if a 0 cycle is completed, will beat the current world record by over 40 seconds. The last time that happened was in 2021. Skycrab maybe hasn't been here before, but he's been on similar paces, and if anyone on the planet was made to be in this position right now, it's him. He towers up, makes an incredibly underrated play of using 2 different obsidian blocks on the top of the setup under immense pressure, and hits the first bed of the 0 cycle. The dragon doesn't fly. Every luck check has been decided now. Skycrab just has to do something that he's done hundreds, no, thousands of times in practice. And he does just that.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
The dragon is killed before the timer ever hit the 6-minute mark. This is the most impressive thing in the Minecraft speedrunning community since the first sub 10. I personally would argue it's even more impressive. Skycrab just pearls down, and it's time for him to soak this all in and enjoy that everything he has worked for in this game, maybe his life, has led to this exact moment. And he has absolutely no idea that it's all about to be taken away from him.
Nay! Nay! Asong pinan naman! Asong pinan!
When Skycrab entered the end, he wanted to craft more blocks for the 0 cycle, a very reasonable play. While he's doing so, his pearl lands and his crosshair from before he opened his inventory is directly on an enderman that spawned in the end. The amount of time? Exactly 15 frames, or 5 ticks, the least amount of time needed for an enderman to aggro onto a player. It's on his subtitles that he can read, it's on his screen for a split second running at him, but most notably, it's on his screen chasing him as he builds up for the 0 cycle. Speaking as someone who has literally held the world record, I feel like I'm one of the few people who not only understands the pressure of being on world record pace, but the absolute elation a person feels when it's over. The last thing on Skycrab's mind after killing the dragon is anything revolving the run still. Is that his fault? Sure, you could say that. Can you blame him? In my eyes, absolutely not. This run actually happened while I was away. I was at TwitchCon Europe, and when I woke up to see this run, it really shook me. That's because, as longtime viewers know, in my 11:15 PB, I kind of had the exact opposite of the situation. I was one cycling, I felt like I was gonna kill the dragon, and the dragon broke my bed, and I fully thought the run was over. I thought I lost a 3rd place time in front of 3,000 people. But somehow, despite all of that, I saved it and killed the dragon. And it felt really weird because in my head, I thought it was over. So this whole thing that Skycrab is going through with this run and the emotions that he felt before, during, and after is something that I may have not experienced recently, but I'm very familiar of from when I was a top-level speedrunner in the scene. So instead of doing a traditional reaction or analysis to this run that I might normally do for runs like this, I wanted to do something a little bit different and interview Skycrab myself. While this interview is going on, you'll probably see some background footage pertaining to the run itself or some other background footage that kind of makes sense due to what we're talking about. But when it's not something like that, the footage you're going to see is me trying to beat the seed in under 5 minutes. And I'm telling you right now, it doesn't end up going too great for me. That's because Skycrab is an unbelievable runner. If you've never heard of Skycrab, please go check them out after this video, even before this video. Stop watching right now, go subscribe to Skycrab. They are the most likely person to beat the world record that has stood for nearly 18 months at this point. I know I'm a good speedrunner. I know I'm a great speedrunner even, but am I a world record contender? Absolutely not. There are levels at this point where it's truly impressive how this game has progressed. So I really hope you enjoy this interview that's maybe a little bit different from what I normally do, but something that I feel like is important to kind of summarize this moment for just MCSR as a whole. And I'm really grateful that Skycrab actually was down to do this interview because obviously this is a very vulnerable moment for him. So please, again, show some love. Skycrab is the GOAT, and I hope you enjoy the interview. Thank you.
My name is Skycrab. I'm from Norway. I got into speedrunning because my friend introduced Minecraft to me, and I just had a general interest in like speedrunning because I already was in the. I like to watch like Super Mario 64 speedruns, and I actually did like Super Mario 64 speedruns before Minecraft. For like,
really? I didn't know that because
Yeah.
I knew you did. I knew you had like Geometry Dash background. I didn't know you also had like a Super Mario 64 background. That's cool. So did you like not really play Minecraft before speedrunning? You just kind of like got into it by speedrunning?
No, I played Minecraft a lot before. Like in 2019, I used to play like a lot of like Bed Wars and stuff.
Okay.
And Sky Wars with another friend.
Everyone I feel like knows you as like the RSG guy, right? And I feel like that's kind of the image that you have in the community. Is there something specific about playing RSG that really that you really like about it?
I just really love it, like getting pace and just playing it. It's, I don't know, it's so much more fun. I just like the challenge to like challenge myself to try to beat my own PB and stuff.
That makes a lot of sense. Because I know you've had like a little bit of rank phase. I mean, I remember when you got into it for like a second and you were like, what were you? You won like your first like 20 games or like something stupid like that. Is that something you ever see yourself potentially doing more of in the future? Or do you even still think like, you know, I just want to play as much RSG as I can. Like, it's just what I enjoy the most. It's what I want to do.
I think I would do ranked if I actually got the world record. Because I don't know, there's not much to do if I actually got the record.
Sure. Yeah. That makes sense.
But yeah.
So next thing I thought was an interesting parallel, obviously, to kind of everything. I guess the question is like, Crook's Run wasn't streamed. Do you remember, were you in the community when the Crook's Run happened already or no?
No, I actually wasn't.
Really? So that's super interesting.
When my friend introduced me to like Minecraft speedrunning, that's like the first video he showed to me.
Really? It was the Crook's Run?
Yeah. I think
Wow.
that or like the Silent Knocks world record.
Do you remember your thoughts about it? Were you like, wow, this guy's stupid? Like anything? Like, you're just like, oh my god, that's crazy. Like, how does something like that happen?
I didn't really notice it until like the end because I didn't have that much experience. But when I saw it didn't have wood, I was like, wow, how can you forget that?
Yeah.
I guess.
Let's talk about the run itself. Initial thoughts, looting 3 blacksmith. Like, are you nervous on a seed like that when you're entering the nether? Like, when does nerves start to kick in on something like that for someone who plays as much as you do?
I didn't get nervous in the overall because I always assume the nether is just not going to be great. Like, you cannot ever have expectation for the nether to be good. But I started to get nervous when I got a close spike and I thought, okay, this is pretty good. And when I actually saw the fortress, I was like, oh, this is ridiculous.
Is there anything like in the nether or maybe even in the overworld too that you like look back on and were like wow, like that's something where maybe someone who just watches speedrunning casually might not notice that as much of like a misplay or something that I could have done better, but like you watch it and you're like, oh my god, how did I not do that? Like in either the overworld or the nether.
Yeah, there's this part in the overworld where after I looted the third blacksmith, I got an iron pickaxe and 3 iron. And I actually could have made shears.
Yeah.
Like cut the leaves and mine the wood over there, like right next to me. But instead I went back to the rune portal. But yeah, like actually cutting the leaves like right next to that blacksmith is so much better and faster.
Did you, because the whole time your brain is just tunnel visioning, right? Like you just want to build the portal like at the portal. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Remove the overworld part from it for a second where you have like looting through or whatever. Do you think you've had like a better nether in either your PB or your like completed run that really stands out? Or do you also think like even without the looting sword, like that nether is just like completely ridiculous?
That nether is, without the looting sword, I don't think it's that like great. Or it is really great. The terrain is perfect basically. But it's really far though to the Bastion.
Yes.
1300 is not that far if you have like open terrain and pearls for it, so it's not that bad. It's actually really fast.
I think the thing that's most interesting about this run to me, minus the gameplay parts, is the fact that you do have a mic on it. And I feel like obviously that's one of the biggest things about the entire run is like, you know, the hype, you have the hype, and then obviously what happens. Like, was there any part of you when you posted the video about like, I'm gonna remove that audio, was there any thoughts about that, or is it just like not something you really think about? Because as a content creator, I find it very impressive of you to put yourself out there like that in a moment that where, especially people who don't understand speedrunning, who don't understand Minecraft speedrunning, are just gonna look at you like think you're just making like an incredibly, you know, mistake that they just like don't understand at all. Like, was there anything like that going through your mind?
I didn't think much of it, I guess. Putting my reaction out there, because I used to do that a lot on my Geometry Dash reactions, and they're actually more wild.
Yeah! GG! What?
I didn't want to remove that because of my reaction.
Yeah, no, good. I'm very glad you didn't, and I think it's just, again, it shows like, I think it just shows the passion you have for the game. Like, I think that's the coolest thing about it. Have you watched the run back? And if so, how many times have you watched it back?
Probably like 5 times. I rewatched like parts of the run like a lot of times, or like way more times, especially like the end.
Yeah, of course. Do you think if you had the boat, do you think you would have boated down or no?
I think so, yeah.
Really? You do? Do you look in your inventory for the boat before you pearl? Is that what you're doing?
I think I actually did, but I didn't craft a boat. I could have crafted a boat, but I just didn't. I just pearled down. I had no suspicions there was something wrong. Exactly.
Like that's why I'm so surprised you say that you probably would have, because, you know, how would you have known? It's so insane you don't have the boat. Like it's one of those things where like I think about it sometimes when I have like a stupid no reset death, and it's like, okay, so here's like all the crazy things that had to happen, and your death is very much one of those things where it's like, okay, I had to lose the boat, and my crosshair had to be on the Enderman, and I had to not see it. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I heard you use the word choke, and I wasn't gonna bring it up because I feel like using the word choke for this is so like, I don't know. I don't think dismissive is the right word, but like, it's one of those things where like everyone who watches it, like I should say everyone who watches it at a high level, like recognizes that it's just when you're in that moment and when you've been in these insanely high pressure situations, it's just never in a million years going to be something that you think about ever. Do you really feel like it is a choke? Do you feel like you should have saw it, or are you more so chalking it up to like, it's something that I'm now going to be aware of, but there was just no way at the time I could have figured it out?
I don't know. I feel like I should have been more aware, probably. There's just so much going on.
What's been the I don't want to say aftermath, but like what's been the post-run mindset thought process for you been like?
After the run, I was just in shock. I got pretty sad and pretty like angry at myself for not doing the safe stuff, because I know it's a thing you can do, or place the 2 blocks to like be safe. and I just felt so much like I just felt so angry to just not doing it. But I don't know. I just never have experienced like a death after a dragon kill ever. I just had this weird feeling in my stomach. I think it was guilt the entire day after that.
Was there any part of you that's like, oh my god, like do I even upload this? Is that ever something that like crosses your mind?
Yeah, immediately when I died to the Enderman, I actually thought that, like, do I even upload this? But obviously I have to, but yeah, I think I was gonna upload it anyway.
What's kind of, I mean, it's been 2 days now. Has that feeling of kind of gone away? Is it something where it's made you more hungry because it's like, I know I can get it? Or is it more something where it's like, wow, like that seed's absurd? Like where's your kind of mental on that process so far 2 days later?
Yeah, I think I can't like top that run, like any like splits ever, but I still think I could get to sub 7.
Is there any part of you that makes it feels like maybe not beating the 6:17 or whatever it would have been, but like does beating sub 7 feel more achievable after that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I obviously would have been like 43 seconds faster than a sub 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously it's possible, and I think I can do it.
Obviously, like we talked about having your mic on, etc. Do you remember anything about your physical reaction? Like, is it one of those things where you just had to walk away? Is it something where you were just like head in hands? Anything that you remember like physically about the moment?
I think I just after the run, I just got up and just walked around like really fast, and just like, why did I do that? I don't know.
No, I get it. As someone who has also had an arm injury recently, obviously you took a break for a while for, what was it, your wrist, right?
Yeah.
Was there any kind of doubt when you took a break from that?
I couldn't play that much when I came back. I only played like a few hours, but after like a month after coming back, it's been so much better. Like I can play much more, and it feels it's such a relief to be able to play again, like at the same capacity. And I also practiced a lot, and I felt like I was playing better. So I always thought like if I get a good seed, I can actually do good. Still.
Do you feel like you are the best like RSG player in the world? Do you feel like you are the best player in the world?
It's hard to compare myself, I guess. But I think statistically, I have like one of the best stats out of all players.
No, I think the way you reset is like incredibly impressive. And your stats are just like ridiculous. It's like, I don't know, Fimer pulled them up in his video. It's like 13,000 nether enters or just something like absolutely lunacy. Any more positively, how do you feel like you want this moment to be remembered?
I guess I just want to, or have this run remembered as like the legendary pace that could have been, I guess, or to show what could have been.
What can be, can absolutely still be. You never know.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, seriously, dude, thank you so much. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
With everything you're doing. After 96 attempts and almost 5 hours, I finally beat the seed in under 5 minutes. Thank you so much again to Skycrab for agreeing to do this interview, and I hope you enjoyed this video, as it's a little bit different than what I normally do. And when Skycrab eventually does break the record, you can guarantee we'll make another video talking about that. Thank you.